Welcome to another video, guys. So this video is going to be very different from other videos because it's going to be a video where I'm going to be debating about who's stronger, young Kratos aka Greek era Kratos or old Kratos aka Norse era Kratos. Now before we're going to start the video, be sure to subscribe because at 10 subscribers I'm going to be doing a $10 PlayStation gift card. Also, a big disclaimer, before we're gonna start the video, this is not about who I like more, this is not about, who the creators think would win. I'm not gonna be biased at all, it's just gonna be actual in-game feats, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty much it. So, we're gonna be starting off with strength. I'll be starting off with young Kratos' feats since, first is young Kratos and then old Kratos, so it starts with the Greek era and then it's the Norse era, so it's a little bit more logical. Young Kratos absorbed Hades' his soul when he killed Hades. Well, actually, the weapons absorbed Hades' soul, so that's very important to note. The arms of Hades, so Hades' little weapons, is what absorbed Hades' soul, and these actually broke when he fought Zeus. So old Kratos does not have Hades' soul, and Hades' soul has infinite strength. So Hades has infinite strength with numerous feats, such as overpowering Atlas, who also has infinite strength, and Hades' weapons also absorb Atlas' soul, and Atlas has also infinite strength since he's the Titan of strength. And he was also able to overpower Kratos. Kratos is pretty much the strongest Titan, at least in my headcanon. Some Kratos' feats are that he defeated Uranus, the creator of everything, of the cosmos, and yeah, he's just a very overall strong Titan. Another strength feat is that Kratos overpowered Hercules, the same Hercules who lifted the heavens, which are infinite in size, for 3 days. This was one of his labors, and the labors which Hercules did are actually canon in God of War. So now we're going to go to old Kratos. Old Kratos can rip realm tears with his bare hands. He moved Tyr's bridge, and he lifted Tyr's. He flipped Tyr's temple. Now Tyr's temple was immensely large, but a very big misconception that is being made is that Tyr's temple holds all of the 9 realms, but that's not the case. It's pretty much like a doorway, the door to all of these realms. He didn't flip all of the realms. Now, do I think Kratos could have probably flipped all the realms? Possibly, but this is not a feat that he actually did. Also, nowhere in God of War, in the God of War lore, does it say that Greek gods get stronger with age. Yes, this is a thing in mythology, but this is not something that we have seen in God of War. If this was true, then Zeus would be easily the strongest character and could easily beat Kratos with literally one finger. Because I'm pretty sure Zeus is 13.8 billion years old, and Kratos is, I think, during the events of God of War 3, somewhere between 38 years old. So yeah. That probably doesn't make a lot of sense, so I do not believe in the theory that Greek gods got stronger with age in the God of War universe. Okay, so I'm going to be giving this point to young Kratos for the reason I just stated. But if you still don't believe me, and if you're like, well, if young Kratos is this strong, then how did old Kratos lose all his strength? Now I find the article, but there was an article talking about how Gordy Barlog confirmed himself how the story of God of War 4 is about how Kratos lost all of his strength and has to regain it at the end. That's how it begins, from him losing to Baldur to him winning against Baldur. But I guess since he regains his strength will just be equal, even though young Kratos has way superior strength feats. I'll be giving both points. So now we're going to be talking about, speed. So let's start with young Kratos. Young Kratos dodged Helios' light. Helios' light is lights up the entire underworld, which is infinite in size, so meaning it is also infinite in speed. And he also has Hermes' boots, which Hermes uses send dreams to the gods, if that makes sense, to send ultimate messages, but also give dreams to the people and to the gods. He was also able to move in Dead's domain, and Dead's domain does not have any of the, it has a whole nother science to it, another physics, where speed is not relevant. So, and he was able to still move in that domain. Old Kratos has barely any speed feats and gets outpaced by Baldur and by Heimdall. So speed is 100%, without a doubt, young Kratos. Now we're gonna go to agility. Agility is a very quick subject. Old Kratos is not as agile. Yeah, he's able to climb, mountains and stuff like that, which is very agile. Definitely for his age, he's like 1,000 years old or something. But young Kratos can double jump. That's that defeats. That already makes him win. But if you want more proof and you're like, the double jump isn't canon, all of his attacks are way more fast, way more swift. He can jump way higher. He can literally fly. So agility is also young Kratos. IQ. Old Kratos is obviously smarter, but actually young Kratos is not dumb at all. He solved a lot of puzzles, including the garden in God of War 3, which is deemed impossible to solve. So I definitely think young Kratos is also very smart. And another thing is young Kratos actually outsmarted the Sisters of Fate, which are omniscience. So do with that what you want. Honestly, for looking at straight feats, I think young Kratos gets IQ. But if you're looking more at logic, then it's obviously old Kratos. So I'm not going to be biased here, and I'm going to just say that old Kratos gets IQ. Now we have battle IQ and experience. So experience is just obvious, it's old Kratos. And battle IQ is also, actually I don't think it's that obvious. You might think it might be, younger Kratos since he has more weapons, but it's very obvious at the end of the day that it is old Kratos. Since young Kratos had to, he never held back, so he could just use his brute strength and his weapons and everything, while old Kratos actually holds back, and this makes him, because he holds back, he has to think of another plan of attack. He can't just rely on his brute strength. He has to think of like a battle plan. So I think battle IQ is 100% old Kratos. So old Kratos gets IQ and experience. Battle IQ and experience. Now we're gonna go to durability. There are a lot of durability feats for both of the characters. Well, they're both Kratos, but I'm gonna give like two examples of how. Well, a couple of examples actually. Okay. Old Kratos has shit durability, and I'm just gonna say it, he has shit durability. Before we're gonna go to that, I'm gonna talk about young Kratos' durability. Young Kratos survived getting stabbed by the blade of Olympus, which is so powerful that it ended the entire Great War. It's 100% the most powerful weapon in the entirety of God of War. While old Kratos died by Mjolnir. Old Kratos also literally dies in like a puzzle by water. Yes, you heard that right. I don't know if you remember. I'll probably put like a scene, a clip in the video. But old Kratos will literally die like in a puzzle by drowning. So he has literally shit durability. Not to mention that he gets crashed around by Heimdall. By Heimdall, not really. He gets trashed around by Baldur, by Odin, by Thor. So yeah. And the thing is, I understand that you can hold back strength, but you cannot hold back durability. It's physically impossible to hold back durability. So yeah. Weapons. Durability goes to young Kratos. Weapons. Young Kratos has way more weapons than old Kratos, but also way more powerful weapons. Let's see. Old Kratos has, he has a lot of weapons. He has the shields. He has the spear, but he has the Leviathan axe and the blades of chaos. Pretty good weapons. He has Heimdall's sword, which he steals from Heimdall. Young Kratos, and only by, I'm just gonna say a couple of weapons, has the Nemean Cestus, the arms of Hades, the blade of Olympus, the spear of Destos, the blades of exile, arms of Sparta. Yes, a lot of weapons. But honestly, just saying the blade of Olympus was enough, because the blade of Olympus is easily the most powerful weapon in any of God of War games. So yeah, weapons is young Kratos. Now we're gonna go to abilities. Old Kratos actually surprisingly has a lot of abilities. Now I'm not gonna name them all, but as I already said, reactive evolution. He through the use of weapons, he has a lot of abilities, such as he can distort time and space, with also a lot of, what are they called? Enchantments, I think, right? You know, the little things you can like, yeah, I think they're called enchantments. He can distort space, he can like create storms, like he has like a source of electricity. So he has a lot of abilities, but here are just a couple of young Kratos' abilities, and this is also stated by Mimir. Controlled every flavor of power imaginable. This is what Mimir says to well, he says about the Greek gods, but Kratos pretty much had like every power of the Greek gods. The powers that young Kratos have include time travel, fate resistance, control over every element, including fire, earth, ice, electricity, water, energy, and poison, and many more. Flight, pocket dimension creation, and you know, a lot of other abilities. So abilities is young Kratos. Power. This most notable power is probably the rage, rage ability. Kratos be able to overpower Baldur. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It is also notable that he is invulnerable during rage, but I guess so. But if we're gonna look at power for young Kratos has the power of hope, and yes, it isn't unleashed in him. But also old Kratos lost the power of hope, because if you didn't know, young Kratos actually unleashed the power of hope to the people at the end of God War 3 when he killed himself. But if you won't count the power of hope, since it wasn't unleashed at the very end of God War 3, he still has the soul of Hades and the soul of Atlas, which, is very powerful. So now, drum roll please. The winner, if we're gonna look at straight feats, is young Kratos. I think this was a pretty surprise. If we're looking at straight feats, young Kratos easily wins, in my opinion. Without the power of hope and the Blade of Olympus, I think he would win. High difference. So it would still be a fight, but I don't think it would be that much of a fight. I would honestly say mid difference.